Good evening. Welcome to the Zoning and Design Review Board meeting for Tuesday, March 13th. I will call the meeting to order and a roll call.
Chair Cook.
Here.
Vice Chair Tigert.
Here.
Member Allen.
Here.
Member Denton.
Present.
Please let the record reflect that Member Laz is excused.
Okay. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Does anybody have any adjustments they would like to make to the agenda? And if not, would somebody move to approve the agenda?
Should we reflect that I believe myself and Karen were not at last month's meeting? I don't believe it.
Oh, those were on the minutes.
Yes.
Okay, well, let's do the agenda, and then we'll do the minutes.
Oh, the agenda.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
And a second?
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The agenda is adopted, and then the minutes. So we need to change that. Where are you seeing?
I believe generally it usually says the members that were present at the meeting the month prior,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he wasn't here.
and there's nothing
Okay.
on there. I believe Karen and I were both out
Yeah.
that week.
Yeah, we can fix that.
Great.
Okay, that would be good. So with that minor adjustment, would somebody like to approve the minutes?
I approve.
And a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So we approve the minutes with that adjustment. Thank you, Mikhail. Is there any public here that would like to comment on items not on the agenda tonight? If not, then we will close the public comment section and move on to the public hearing, 18-1586, 6786 Jefferson Street.
All right. Well, thank you for attending this night, everybody. Thank you, ZDRB members. Before you tonight is an application for an accessory dwelling unit, otherwise known as an ADU, in the rear yard of 6786 Jefferson Street. The subject parcel is just over 11,000 square feet with an existing 2,006 square foot single family residence. The applicant about a month ago submitted plans to construct a 408 square foot ADU at the rear of the existing residence. The home features a kitchen, sleeping areas, a laundry room, and a bathroom. Now, I would like to note that this application typically would have been approved at staff level because it does meet all but one of the town ADU ordinance requirements for administrative approval. Those requirements are listed in Chapter 17.116 of the Yountville Municipal Code. The only design features and elements up for discussion this evening will be the proposed roof line of the ADU. And just before we really get into that roof line, let's just go over existing conditions and the rear yard. The applicant did provide these photos. To your upper left, you will see a view from the yard looking east. The upper right, views from the backyard looking west towards the residence. And the photo on the very bottom shows a nice panoramic image from the existing deck. The photo on this slide to the top shows a view from the deck looking east, and the photo on the bottom shows the view from the backyard looking west towards the residence from the very back of that yard. So as you can see, there's substantial space at the rear of the property. This is the proposed site location for the ADU. A portion of the deck in the rear yard will be removed. Let me pull out my laser pointer here. So this is where the ADU is proposed to sit, with a 5-foot side setback and a 15-foot rear setback. This is all existing deck right here, with this portion connecting the two to be removed. Now, getting into the bulk of our conversation for the evening. The roof of the proposed ADU is gray metal. It's a standing seam roof design. It does match the existing roof of the primary residence. And it really does make a good effort to resemble the existing roof of the primary residence. Roof pitch is 5 and 12, consistent with Old Town District standards of 4 and 12. That said, because the body of the ADU is technically structurally different, it results in a look that is not, according to the code, substantially similar to the primary residence. And what I mean by that, we're really talking this portion right here. It does have that nice gable roof design, but the body of the structure is somewhat different. The purpose of this, after speaking with the applicant and the architect, is really to put the highest point of the roof, being the ridge, further from adjacent properties in order to mitigate any impacts that may be caused if that peak were to be closer to the edge of property. Although this project does require design review, this only means that the project could not be approved administratively at staff level. Staff is of the opinion, after reviewing the plans, that the proposed ADU does meet all design standards set forth in the code, and we recommend for approval.
Okay, thank you, Curtis. So we are just looking at the roof line.
Correct.
Okay. Anybody have any questions of staff? Either about the project or what we're looking at? Okay. Barbara?
Oh, and so sorry to interrupt, Chair
Sure.
Cook. I did also forget to mention that an adjacent neighbor did submit an email in support
Yes.
of the design, which you all have a
Thank
copy
you.
of,
Thank
of
you.
course.
Any questions? No. Okay. No questions of staff, so we will move on to the applicant. Did they want to get up and speak tonight? Sure. Please just state your name.
My name is Madeline Chandler. I'm the architect on the proposed ADU. And just a few reasons, the main reasons for the asymmetrical roof line. The first being that the higher roof line on the north side allows for a greater amount of desired northern light to come into the ADU, while the lower roof line on the south allows for more protection of the ADU. The second is that it serves as an architectural gesture, invitation and connection to the outdoor space, and really invites the outdoors into the space. While this was a huge consideration into the design of the ADU to really maximize that indoor-outdoor lifestyle. And then the third is that, as Curtis mentioned, it shifts the peak of the roof away from the property line. And with a standard gable roof line, it has it. The ridge of the roof would actually be over 4 feet closer to the property line. So this is a huge consideration to how you perceive the scale and mass of the building, in particular from the neighbor to the south. So.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions of Madeline? No? Barbara? Okay.
Nope.
Just one question for the applicant in general is the usage of this. Will it be used as a 90-day rental or as a?
Yeah.
To that.
Okay.
I'm Michael Bork. No, absolutely not. Our hope is that we have a bunch of our friends are starting to retire. We're hoping they'll come in, instead of visiting us for 2 or 3 days and having to share a bathroom, they'll have their own little place and they'll stay for a week. Longer than that, we'll kick them out. Ultimately, we've lived in this house for 26 years, and much longer than I ever thought we'd live anywhere. But now we also see that we have a commitment to this community and where we are. And so part of this is also a recognition of the opportunity to age in place, that if we were to get to a place where there was a need for some help, a nurse or somebody else like that, that would give a place for that person and allow us then still to have the privacy that we want in our home as that occurs.
Okay. Great. Anybody have any questions for him? Thank you. Okay, then we can move on to the public. Any of the public here have any comments that they would like to come up? Okay. Then, okay.
Pam Reeves, 6887 Jefferson Street. I don't want to break my streak. I just came here to support my neighbors who I know and have been part of the community forever. And I just feel like since this is in the back half of the property and that it's not really visible from the front, any kind of asymmetric roof, which I don't know that you would notice that unless somebody pointed it out to the lay person. I don't think that that would make a big difference. So thank you.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else? All right, then I will close the public comment, and unless anybody has any more questions, we will move on to discussing the project. Mikhail, you have any comments? What's your opinion?
No, I actually agree with the public comment. I think it's tucked away in the back corner. It's not really visible from the street. Design and aesthetically, it looks great. I believe I passed a asymmetrical place off of Highway 29 today, and it looked great. I have no problem with it at all.
Okay, great. Jared?
Likewise, I like the design. I would recommend maybe a little bit more overhang on the rake conditions, just so that it has a little bit more relief. But I'm always a fan of asymmetry, so really like the concept. I'm not so sure if I buy into the thought process of the ridge would be closer to the property line. You could design it in a different way, but that's irrelevant. And I think it's a very nice composition, and it would be a wonderful addition. And I don't think most people, as they drive by, will notice something in the back of the yard there. But it is a wonderful addition. That's where I'm at.
Okay, thank you. Barbara?
I think it's a good addition for the neighbors. If you can use the space to improve whatever your friends may be looking for, as a very nice gesture. And to the point, it's not visible from the street. I think you should be able to allow to do this if you like to do it. It's nice design.
Okay, thank you. And I also agree. I think the design is very elegant, and I don't see any problem or significant contrast with the existing home. So would somebody like to make a motion?
I'll move to approve 18-1586 as presented.
And a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 So the vote was unanimous. Thank you.
All right.
All right, we will move on to staff and board reports. Do you have anything for us?
Well, I'll share that we had the February 27th meeting of the town council
Good night.
to review general plan policies that we had presented to you on the last occasion. We were unable to get through all of those, and we'll be going back before them this month on March 27th, and that's in preparation for the next public workshop on April 26th. And so we're hoping to move forward. Some of the feedback we received at the council was that some of the concepts are hard to understand, and they'd like us to work with an illustrator to bring them to life. We've been planning on bringing those in the draft plan and have those in the final document, but we're working now to have those prepared for the public workshop in the hopes that they'll assist in that effort. So we are still moving forward, and we appreciate the comments we received that night.
You mean like different examples?
For example, downtown to show what 2- and 3-story buildings might look
okay.
like, and using
More like
vantage points to understand what corners of the building you'd catch.
Instead of elevations? Okay.
The cross sections were difficult for the council, and we know that it's generally pretty difficult for the public as well. So we'll go to something that's more understandable.
Okay. Using the same architect? So he'll just be expanding the ideas already presented?
WRT, who's doing, the group that's doing our graphics, does not also offer that level of illustration. So we're working to get some proposals. We've received them from 3 different parties, and it looks like we'll be entering into a PSA so we can start the work. But it's a pretty quick turnaround.
Yeah.
And we sort of had set this week as the week to decide whether we'll be able to move forward in April or not. But we think we can go for it.
Good. Okay. Thanks. Any more questions? Okay, then I will move to adjourn the meeting.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.